Hello everybody, welcome back to Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and I just wanted to give you guys another look at some of the upgrades and updates that I did on this wood splitter. And the first thing we did was I named it Lickety Split, and it looks like a kindergartner did it. So I'm going to sand this side back down, repaint it black, and I went and got 2-inch vinyl letters that I'm going to use to spell out lickety split. And but I wanted to show you guys all the stuff that I've done to it, and I just got it done, except I got to make a stand for the jack foot, or a foot for the jack stand, and I got the fenders on it. I got my leak fixed but I've been working on the filter today. I went ahead and added a filter. I found one for 38 bucks, the housing, filter, and everything, so I lucked out. I already had the hose. All I had to do was put 2 fittings on them, cut it in half and put 2 fittings on it, and I already had 2 hoses. But anyway, I'll show you guys a walk around on the lickety split. What do you think, guys? You think a 3rd-year kindergartner done that? But anyway, I'm going to change that. I'm going to make that look a little bit more professional. So today we worked on the tank. I had already had the tank done and the stickers on it, so I've got my hydraulic fluid only sticker and the one down there. And this is what I worked on all day. I plumbed up the tank. This is the return. This is the one that's not under pressure. So I went today and got the this piece of tubing. Let me put you on a tripod. So I went and got the a 6-inch right here, which brought it out far enough to where I could have this go a line across in front of the H-beam. So the housing had 2 1/4-20 bolt holes threaded, and I made this plate and used 3/8 bolts, and they're 5/16 head or 5/8 heads, and I made some standoffs to make it solid against the H-beam. So this is not going nowhere, and I've got my flow going in the right direction. This one here is inlet, and this one is outlet. So you want to come in from the valve, through the filter, and back into the tank. And then I elbowed this and put my fitting for my hose to go on it, so I could take the hose and drape it to where it came right up in between this curl. So it's got freedom all the way around it. So there's no rubbing going on there. This is so stiff that it's never going to really move anywhere. And then I draped it back up and brought it to the valve. So this one I just curled it around. This one I wish I would have made a little longer and took this and went around this way with it. But it's kind of in the way of the gauge. The gauge actually needs to be put somewhere else. Like it needs to be right here where you can see it. But I bet you I never pay attention to the daggone thing. So that'll work. So then the line coming from the pump to the valve was sitting here flopping on this and vibrating, and I didn't want it to vibrate no holes in my hoses. These things are god-awful expensive, and anything I can do to protect it and keep it from getting messed up, I'm going to do. So I took one of my clamps that I used, or I 3D printed for flashlights to mount to your gun, and or to mount on your scope or whatever. So it was the right size for what I needed it for, so I just put it on there. And it's got the Bison logo right there on it. So, and that looks real neat up through there. Cable management. And in this case, hose management. So then I did the muffler. If you remember when I was doing the video before, this here kept vibrating down and going up against my kill switch and melted it and grounded it out. So I fixed that by taking an elbow and putting pipe all the way out here and welding the adapter that comes with this muffler to it so that this muffler can screw onto it. Then I made a bar that went down to the frame and comes up and has two U-bolts made out of all thread 1/4 20. Now I got one here on this side, and this one isn't holding anything except for the shield, but it's a U-clamp, and I got a spacer the same thickness as this in behind here. If I can get you up in there to show you. Get my light here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. And that's an old sign, I think. Or no, it ain't. It's the way the light looks on it. I thought it was yellow. I was like, what? Is that an old sign? But then I painted with hot paint, or heat paint, hot. I should have got some red heat paint and did it red. But that stuff was not easy to bend, I can tell you that. It's not perfect. I would like to have done a few other things to it. I kind of wanted this to be going around this all the way, but you can't get this stuff bent very well. It starts doing this, so I ended up having to do creases. Then I got my wire for my RPMs meter, hour meter, wrapped 6 to 8 turns, whichever one. I think it's like 6 or 8, one or two. So then we put our fenders on it, and this here's a John Deere throttle, or Cub Cadet 1 to 2, and the kill switch, newly restored Briggs & Stratton 8 horsepower horizontal, new carburetor, still needs a little adjusting. So I think she's looking pretty snifty. So I still got to make the shims a little wider to put in here before I run it. And still haven't done my plugs yet. New axle. I'll pull you off the tripod and we'll look at the axle. There's the axle. In place, bolted in place with 3/8 bolts. New hubs, new spindles, welded in the tubes. Yeah, this thing ain't going nowhere anytime soon. It's built pretty tough. I had a good frame to work with. It just needed some real bad TLC, and a lot of people don't do that. So there is the wood splitter. Almost done except for changing the lickety split to better made letters. So I didn't do this side. I was going to do it. I had the tape on there, but my damn tape wouldn't stay on. But it actually looked good when I put the blue tape on there, I ran the middle one first, and it actually looked good with the blue stripe down the middle of the H-beam. But I always got to have some tread aluminum in something. And aluminum. I like that knob. See, I could take and paint this knob blue and then clean all the paint off of the outer, and you'll see only the blue. That would look pretty cool. Anyway, there's the lickety split wood splitter. And I'm gonna put it in the description, lickety split wood splitter. Anyway, hope y'all have a good day. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.